We're back again, folks. Another Wednesday night of fun on Panfish Nation.
And you're jamming again.
My name's Mark, co-host of Lyle Stokes. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Your mic is... Hold on a second. It could be me. I think it is me. Here, say something to me. Just turned up my volume.
Something to you.
There we go. Something to me. I like that.
Something to you. How about that?
How about this weather, Lyle? Something ain't right.
Dude, it was really, really nice today. It was cloudy and low 80s. Going to be up higher tomorrow, but of course I didn't go fishing today. Go figure.
I'm glad you didn't go because I didn't go either today. I went yesterday, but we'll talk about that catastrophe later.
I had a great day yesterday. Well, I should send you pictures so you know.
I got an emoji for you, Lyle.
Yeah, I had a pretty good idea of which one it is. But yeah, I'm loving this kind of weather. This is my time of the year. This in spring, but I prefer the fall, but more than spring. But the fish are biting. It's not terribly hot, and I'm excited about the rest of the fall. So
I like spring weather. I'm not going to lie. I don't mind fall fishing, but when it's 85 degrees, bluebird skies, it does nothing for me, in October. Nothing at all. My air conditioning is still on, Lyle. This is a crime to humanity. And my electric bill.
I can almost see your meter going.
Hey, don't get too mad. We're burning all that Missouri electricity you guys are selling us.
Them bastards. I swear to God, Mark, you have no idea how much that pisses me off.
I do. That's why I said it. I wanted to get you riled up.
Dams and stuff on the river and lakes that generate electricity, and they don't use none of it in our state. They send it to Texas and Illinois, all over the place. The thing about sending it that, by the time it goes through them wires and goes all the way from Missouri to Texas, they're only getting about a tenth of what we're sending them. They charge them out the wazoo, and they don't lower my electric bill. What the hell's up with that?
There ain't no lowering electric bills. There's no lowering fuel bills.
No, they're just going to get higher.
It's like the conversation that I was a part of about pulling ethanol out of gasoline. It ain't ever going to happen.
Well, here's the thing. If you go back and research history, gasoline is made without lead in it. It comes out, it's produced, there's no lead in it. So during World War II, they decided to keep the valves in all the engines because the material they made motors and stuff out of them wasn't nearly as good as what they are today. And that's just progress. I mean, that's the way it is. So they decided to put lead in the gasoline, and they charged extra and raised the price of it up. Now, granted, in those days, it wasn't near as expensive as it is now. You're talking about 10, 12 cents a gallon. But they raised it to put lead in it. When the 70s come around, they decided, well, we're going to make unleaded fuel, and they charged you to take it out. How's that work? Please explain that to me where it makes sense.
I'm with you on it, only on the diesel side of it. I remember when diesel used to be cheaper than unleaded gasoline, and they had to add all sorts of different stuff to it, and here we are.
You're right, John.
$3.90 a gallon for diesel.
And it is the waste. They make it out of the waste material they get from making gasoline. That's what diesel is. It's the waste that's left over from making gasoline. So,
well, I wouldn't call it. To be honest, I wouldn't call it waste. There's all sorts of I was in the petrochemical business for a long time. They just peel off in layers what they want: gasoline, diesel, asphalt, rubber materials. There's a whole stack of stuff that gets pulled from that. So
yeah, plastics, all kinds of stuff. It's just crazy the way they just bend us over and breed us. I mean, I know this is a fishing show, but you started it.
Had to fill some time and entertain the people somehow. And I know they don't let you go off on a tangent on Monday night, so I figured I'd entertain
them. No, Chad has the real thing going a lot of times.
It's causing most of the trouble on Wednesday nights, on Monday nights anyways.
I had a thing up. You took it down.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we're not going live with that on there. I got to draw the line somewhere.
Here's
That's not
Marcus
gonna
a
be
reel now.
no, to me clicking like a madman. Dude, what the heck is that?
Dude, the crappie are on fire. The crappie are on fire. I can't believe I didn't go out today after catching a wad of them yesterday. It just sometimes you just got to have a break. And to tell you the truth, I don't keep. Although we're catching a lot of crappie right now, I don't keep a lot of crappie mainly because I don't want to clean them. But eating fish a couple of times a week, I'm kind of tired of frying fish, so I'm gonna take a break today and go back at it tomorrow.
Well, I guess we'll talk about it. I went out to probably the most pressured lake in Illinois. It's called Lake Pierce. It's in Rock Cut State Park. Now, the reason why I went there is because I hate to let a body of water beat me. I ain't gonna kid you.
I understand.
My goal is let's see if I can't get 6 crappie out of that lake. So I get out on the water and there's bait jumping everywhere and stuff chasing bait, and I'm like ready to rock and roll. I get over like the first brush pile loaded with fish. They look like good fish in about 18 feet of water. I can't get them to bite for nothing. I go over to a point that I usually fish that I've done okay at in the past. Bait everywhere. My live scopes lit up like Christmas. There's fish all over the place swimming. I can see the fish cribs that they got set up in that corner. There's 4 of them. One of them actually has an aerator piped into it. When they did that, I don't know. It's something new. And I'm throwing a double hook rig. That wasn't doing anything. I was getting some short strikes. I'm like, well, maybe they're bluegill. I get out, the worm rig to see if they're bluegill. Nothing's even biting on night crawlers or red worms. I put on a drop shot rig. Nothing wants to bite on that. I'm like, all right, this is 3 hours later of trying to get these. Not to mention 2 different size jig heads. I went from 1/16 to 1/32. Went from 2 different size plastics. Even tried tipping them with some night crawler. I tried putting those crappie nibbles on there that I had a jar in my boat I always keep in there. Tried the smelly jelly, that didn't work. Went to a drop shot rig, that wouldn't work. Nothing was biting them. Then I'm like, all right, forget it. I got to figure something out. So let's start long lining some crappie jigs. So I went around the lake twice at 2 different speeds, at trying to get the 2 different depths down, and I ended up with 2 bluegill on and a little tiny perch, maybe 4 inches long, all on the night crawlers, and that was it. It was lake, pardon my French, kicked the crap out of me. I don't know how else to say it. It kicked the crap out of me. So what am I doing this Friday or Monday? I'm going to another lake that's super pressured. I'm going to try and figure out Lake Geneva. We'll go out there.
There you go.
We'll go out there and try to drop shot for some bluegills. They got big bluegills on that lake, so I figure I'd go after them. It's either that or hit Lake Michigan for salmon, but I got no skein. And I hear that the water temps are still a little warm down here on Lake Michigan where I fish, and they're waiting for either rain or for a westerly wind to blow that hot water out before a new wave of kings come into the harbors and stuff. So it all depends on what happens between now and Friday or Monday, whenever I can get over there. So,
Troy, you're just mean.
Shut up, Troy. From now on, I'm going to call him Roy. What do you say? What do you say? I say hello to everybody before we get off on more tangents.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we got our buddy Wild Action 205. How you doing? Channel supporter, we appreciate it. There's Benoit Fishing Outdoors. Hello, ladies. My buddy Bugman. What's up, Buggy? Catch fish with us. Thanks for coming in. There's the great Cindy Stokes. How you doing, Cindy? Downtown Ernie Brown. Congratulations on getting monetized, Ernie. Way to go. Greg Burgess. I bet you it's hot down there, Greg. Better you than me. John Boy's catfishing. There's our buddy Lance McCougai, the wine fisherman. He's been fishing live for salmon. Yep, he's been trying to get on that salmon bite. I saw him miss 3 this morning as I was looking at emails, and that'll happen with salmon. They're it's nothing to go like 5 for 12 for catches. So it's just the nature of the beast. They have that really hard bony mouths that it's hard to get a hook into. Real and virtual outdoors. What's going on, Roy? Schmieder of the Cedars, what's up? The crappie kid in the house, and there's our buddy, the weekend angler. I think he's working on vehicles from what you tell me. Hopefully everything goes good for Josh. That's who we see right now. So
I'm still jamming to the intro music.
Oh, okay. Lance says, we had easterly winds yesterday and today. Got one yesterday during my live, and today after my live, you got 4 today. Oh, wow. There you go.
Nice. East winds make it tough fishing usually. Usually, not always, but usually east winds make it tough. Hey, Solo Texan Adventure, welcome, buddy. But yeah, for me, the fishing's been good. I can't complain. I'm about ready to get on the catfish. I want to get a few more crappie gathered up because damn, they're tasty. But I like you're not gonna believe this, Mark, but as much as I like bluegill and crappie, catfish are still my favorite to eat.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
About this long. You can believe it or not. I'd rather have them than anything.
No, I don't believe that. It's not that I don't believe you like them better. I just don't believe that you remember how to catch them. It's been so long.
Oh, it hadn't been that long. I've been catching them, but you just don't know about it.
Yeah, okay. I would know about it. You'd send pictures.
No, I remember. Don't you remember here a while back? I was catching them on jigs all the time. It was unbelievable.
Let's bycatch. That don't count.
They're catfish, dude.
It don't count. If you cut.
Oh,
if you catch them by mistake, it don't count. I don't care what. Let's ask chat. If you catch a fish by mistake while fishing for a different fish, does it actually count?
Granted, it's a every catch. Fish then, because you don't know if they're there or not. It would be an accident you catch any of them.
So you're saying you actually catch bass then?
Oh, I do catch them little bastards. I don't want to, but I can't help it. Come on, man. You don't fish for them and you catch one sometimes, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Actually, I got a nice 2-pound smallmouth bass last week, which was kind of fun to catch.
I'll tell you, most of the time when I'm crappie fishing or bluegill fishing, I'm using a light or an ultralight rod. So when you catch them 3/4 to 3-pound bass on them jigs, it's a lot of fun. But there's times when I'm on the crappie and them bass won't stay off that I like to just pick them up, thump them in the head, and throw them up on the dock. But you can't do that. So
you can't do that, loud, because the kids want to fish for them. Don't be that grumpy old man like we know you are. My goodness. The kids like to fish for them.
Somebody's taking up for me. Only mistake fisherman. That's right, man. That is 100% correct. Oh, man. Good to see Catfish with us in here tonight.
Did you see Josh's comment? You're going to read that one for me.
Come on, man. It's like old buddy Uncle Joe. Come on, man. He's not the one that started that. The guy on Monday Night Football used to do that. Come on, man.
Let's see what Troy has to say. How does a man tell us he can't fish worth the lick and have the nerve to tell someone else's fish don't count?
Thank you, Troy.
Listen here, video game fisherman. Don't get me started. Troy doesn't even remember which way the reel turns on his rod and reel.
Oh, he's not one of them guys that turns the spinning reel upside down.
I think he might be. I think he might be.
No, surely not. Oh, man. I was in the middle of watching a video when it's time for us to go live of Richard Gene the Fishing Machine, and he's, I guess he's promoting a bait tank because he's talking about how
I was just watching that before the show.
He's talking about how great shad is for crappie bait. Now, for me, shad is the ultimate wintertime catfish bait. There comes a point in time when the water cools off where skipjack and moon eye and stuff like that doesn't work as well as shad. Shad becomes, especially on lakes, but even on the rivers, shad becomes the #1 bait for catfish in cooler weather. I would disagree with him. That may be the case in his area, but I'm telling you right now, them jigs, hand ties and plastics both, I cannot imagine catching more fish on shad than I've been catching on them. Honestly,
I know he caught some good ones in that video.
I haven't got that far yet in the video.
Caught some real nice slabs in that video. So
well,
you're going to watch.
He's catching bigger ones. He may be catching bigger ones. I can't believe he catch the numbers.
And he's fishing them on, no float, no nothing. He's just free balling it, so to speak, with the shad on a hook and a line 2-pound test. I mean, it is what it is.
Test is, I fish 4-pound all the time. Now this winter, if it gets tough, I may have to go to 2-pound. I don't know. I've never used 1 or 2-pound test. I've used 4 a lot, and I like it a lot. But I'm kind of concerned about the 2-pound test. I get too antsy about pulling them in. Crappie crack. All right.
The crappie kid says, threadfin shad are crappie crack for crappie, and I sell shad minnows for $15 a dozen.
Wow. Greg Burgess, you're so welcome, my friend. Anything that we can do to help somebody that's in need, we are happy to do it. I'm glad they got you fixed. It's a shame they had to shock you, but it beats the alternative.
It sure does. And I hope you get back out there on the shores, do a little fishing, Greg.
Absolutely. We're making sure you stay in here all the time and keep us company on Mondays and Wednesdays. And man, it's always a pleasure to have you in here. We're so glad you're doing better.
And it's back to your comment about, the jigs catching, at least to your field, at least in your opinion, they catch better than live bait. I'm a firm believer that every bait's got its place. Some days one's going to outperform the other. My main reason for using plastics or for using artificials in general is because I want to get out to the lake. I don't have time to stop at the bait shop and get minnows. You know what I mean? Or go out and throw a cast. And I like to
and then worry about keeping them alive.
Keeping them alive. Well, minnows aren't too bad. Shad would be kind of harder to keep alive,
Yeah, I can do it, but yeah, it's tougher. But minnows, if you don't pay attention to them, if you're in the heat of the battle and you're really catching a lot of crappie, and you don't keep aeration on them minnows, they're not going to survive either. Because let's face it, when you buy them, you don't just buy 5 or 6 of them. You buy 4, 5, 6 dozen of them at a time.
And what you said there is true too. A plastic will stay on a jig hook, and you're not having to replace them like you do minnows. That's so if you're on a hot crappie bite and they're biting on plastics, you're going to get more fish in a boat by not having a rebait every time you catch a fish. So that's right. That being said, that's another reason why I like them too.
I would like to share something with you about plastics, because I use a lot of plastic, but I use a lot of hand ties. One day you go fishing, the hand ties are working. The next day it's plastic. Different colors one day to the next, even switching during the time you're fishing. One color will quit and you have to find out the next color that's working. I've never seen anything like the crappie, or they change just all the time.
That's why I tried everything the other day or yesterday.
With that being said, I got some new baits from Leslie Bacon. She had some new ones that come out, Little Miss Bacon baits. You guys can check her out if you haven't already. Some of the things that she sent me are really good, and our buddy out in North Carolina, Jason at makes those baits, booger belly baits. I've been using his for a long time also, besides Leslie's. And one thing about Jason's bait is I don't use hook keepers except on the jigs that you sent me. And they've been staying on. The body will wear out before the jig gets to where it won't stay on hook, or I'll hook it onto a tree limb or something and lose it. Is always stayed on there really good. These ones I just got from Leslie are just like that.
Nice.
No hook keeper. You slide them up on there after you catch a fish or you get hung in a brush pile. If you get it back, you just slide it back up on there and you don't have to worry about it. It stays put without a hook keeper. Come on, man. These are really good baits that Jason's got, and the ones that I got from Leslie here a while back, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she sent me some new ones. I've been trying them new designs that she's got, and yesterday, one of those new designs, and I'll be going through this later, not tonight, but you'll know about it. I'm going to bring in a bunch of these and show them to you and tell you how they work. But yesterday it was fire. It just was on fire. When I first started out, it was blue and silver hand ties. I don't know. I guess that represents some sort of minnow because
Yeah.
they just was crazy. And the higher the sun got, the slower them become. And this gold color with bunches of glitter in it. It's got 2 little legs on it come out the back of it. Oh my God. You couldn't beat the crappie off of it. And bluegill. So I'll be sharing some of this with you guys here for long. I'm afraid
Very
to
cool.
click on Josh's link.
No, that's for his buddy Heath's video. Yeah, guys, if you want to check that out after the show, we'd appreciate it.
Let me
I
click
know
on that
Heath
so it
would. He's
comes
good
up,
people.
and I'll have it in a whoop. That's not what I wanted to do. Let me go over here and do it this way. That way it'll be up, so I'll be sure to watch it after the show. Because if not, I'll forget about it.
Benoit Fishing Outdoors, the ladies say they love using live minnows. Minners.
A lot of people, minners, a lot of people do. Crappie Kid says 80% of his crappie are on plastic. The other 20% was live bait. I need to send him some hand ties. Like try them out.
You know, back to like hand ties. I was using plastics that day, or actually last week on the Wisconsin River catching fish, and the bite kind of died down, and I lost a jig in a log pile. I opened up my jig box, and there in my jig box was a package that Eric Massey sent me, a couple of his hand-tied jigs. You know, Eric Massey does good work too. Definitely.
He does good work.
He's been doing it for a long time. These were some glow jigs. As soon as I did a double, I put 2 of his jigs on, which is what I had. They were the glow ones. I did a double hook rig for them. First cast, I got a fish. Second cast, I got a fish. So I even threw that yesterday. Nothing on there. I got 2 bites on it yesterday, but nothing committed enough to.
I get hung up too much. I was using double hook rigs, and I kept getting hung up all the time and losing them both. And I said, "Piss on that! I ain't doing that no more." Hey, Heather, glad to see you here tonight. Hey, Paul.
You know, for me, the double hook rigs definitely have their place on the river. If you're fishing any current whatsoever, one of the jigs acts as a weight, and the other one acts as ballast. So I mean, it in current that you can keep them, you know, at a certain place in the water column, you'll do all right. In a lake, not so much. In a lake, if you're using 2 16-ounce jig heads, or even 1/32 one and a 1/16, which is what I usually run, they usually go straight to the bottom too fast. If I wanted to fish something that heavy on a lake, I'd use an 1/8-ounce jig, and I'd be fishing probably in 30 feet of water, like I do in the winter for white bass. So
yeah, right now the lake I've been fishing is really low, but all fall and into the late part of summer, I've been using 1/32 ounce jigs, and if I went with anything any heavier, I'd be in structure all the time because the area that I fish that's all that's there, structure. And if you're not careful, the water being so low, you're in it and you're losing. All you're doing is spending your time retying. So, in fact, tomorrow I've got some 1/16 or 64th ounce heads that I'm going to try with hand ties, and I'll put plastics on some heads too, and see what they're going to do. Provided I wake up in time, because if I don't wake up in time, what the hell? I'm retired.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Welcome in, Mike
Hey,
Irvin. How
Mike.
you doing?
You know, Mike has been following our shows for so long. I almost know him. You know what I mean? Joe Buck's another one. If I ever get the chance to meet them too, they've been following us for a long, long time.
Yep.
And Catfish Weekly, and they're always in there. And I just they're like old buddies. I don't know what
Good
I'd do if they
people.
wasn't in here. Yeah.
On occasion when they don't show up, I'm like, where's Joe Buck?
Yeah.
He's usually here, but the few times, or like Maurice Cason, he was another one that would be in
Yep.
every week, and I'm pretty sure he still watches. But when I don't see his name on there, I was hoping that there's all the best for him. So
Absolutely, because he was having a lot of health issues the last I knew. I hope he got straightened out and everything's good with Maurice. He's a super nice guy.
Crappie Kid says, you two fellas send me something to try, and I'll send you each a kit of mine. I'd love to have you try Wawa Booger. Crappie
Ooh,
love it. Sure.
You're on, buddy.
Me.
Message me after the show or during. It doesn't matter. I won't read it till after the show because I've been hooked on some of that stuff before. But message me your address, and I'll send you some stuff.
Yeah,
I'll send you what's working.
I'll
for
send
me
you
and some
something in the
stuff you don't.
spring. I don't start pouring jigs till the winter because it's too hot in the garage, and
I never
I
stop.
pour them all winter long. I'll set you up.
I got tons of tons.
Just remind me in the spring, all right, kid?
Listen to this. Homemade coney dogs, baby. Hell yeah. Love them.
I don't even know what a coney dog is.
It's a chili dog. It's just a fancy name.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I get those jumbo chili cheese dogs from Portillo's. Oh my goodness, those are good.
It sounds like Cindy. She cheesed her chili dogs and put cheese in her chili.
And
Not
onions.
Me. Onions, yeah. But if I'm going to have that, I want cheese on that.
If you don't like cheese on a chili dog, you're a communist. There, I said it.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're even wearing red.
I am not. I don't. If I'm going to have cheese, I'm going to eat cheese. If I'm going to have chili, I'm going to have chili. Yes. I don't have any idea.
You want to read that?
What the guy that can't catch fish going to send you fishing lures he uses? I don't know. Sounds like a trap.
Could be.
I got a visit yesterday or day before. Yeah, it was yesterday. I was cleaning fish. And I had talked to James on the phone. And I was done fishing. And he said, well, I was going to come down and fish with you, but you're done. So I'm not coming down. I said, okay, that's fine. I'm cleaning fish, and I look up, and who's pulling up beside me is James and Katie and Jolene. And lo and behold, he come over and he says, what you doing, old man? I said, I'm cleaning fish. What the hell does it look like? And I had an extra knife laying there, and old James picks that knife up, and he goes to the other end of the fish cleaning station, and he's cleaning fish right along with me. Never caught a single one of them. What a guy.
Nice.
He helped me clean them fish. I had a whole basket full, and I was probably halfway or 2/3 of the way through the cleaning, and he helped me clean the rest of them. Pretty good dude do that, I'm telling you.
A real friend help you clean fish.
That's kind of what I thought. Anybody that help you clean fish, he's pretty good guy. So I was happy, and I'd probably do him the same way. I'd have to now, or I'd never hear the end of it.
When I went fishing with Jerry, we kind of both went after the fish. We made a pretty good team as far as at the fish cleaning station. Ain't gonna lie.
James does it a little different than I do, but the end result is the same.
As long as you get both sides of that fish, it's all that matters.
I know a guy.
Me too.
Yeah.
Every time I clean a darn fish, I think of that crap too.
Who was it that rode you so hard about that? It wasn't me.
Yeah, James Dockery.
Yes, I thought, yeah.
Dockery. Benoit Fishing Outdoors says, we made homemade veggie pizza and a pickle pizza.
I'll tell you something that I'm wanting really, really bad, and I haven't had it. I love homemade chili. The store bought and stuff works on me pretty bad, so nobody really wants me to have that. But I'm really craving a big. I'm talking about a big pot of homemade vegetable soup, and there ain't nothing better.
I don't know. I made a whole big pot of chicken and dumplings. I'll put it up against your vegetable soup, Lyle.
That's okay too. I like that too. But homemade vegetable soup is, and I didn't say my homemade vegetable soup. I said homemade vegetable soup.
Truth be told, I was a little in trouble with Sheila, my wife,
So
and
you
that's
made
like
that to get out.
So I made that, and it worked like a charm. Even bought her flowers on Saturday. We're not going to get into what happened.
They were really small fish. It didn't take too long. They wasn't that small. I have a limit on how I don't want to keep them when
I've
they're
seen
8 inches or
pictures,
bigger.
James. I know you're right. I've seen pictures
Oh,
of
but
his
you
fish.
stop. Quit taking up with him. He don't.
You know what I've noticed too? I don't ever see them. You know, now that the government shut down, we know that the Mr. Green Jeans isn't going to be carding you or looking at you. So you won't have to hide that cast net when you catch all them fish anymore.
Josh's long idea of cleaning fish is unwrapping a fillet of fish from McDonald's. I got to say, I do like them.
What's going on, Creole? How you doing?
Hey, Jeremy. I do like them better when they're on sale, though. But they're just like everything else. They got the Joe Biden disease. They got so expensive you can't already afford to buy them.
Ugh, ain't that a crime? They only and they're getting smaller and smaller too. It's ridiculous.
They are. The bread's so big and the meat's so small. Oh man.
I've made some pretty good homemade fillet of fishes, but I'll use a crappie or perch in the past. Homemade tartar sauce, and I put them on a Hawaiian roll. Now you're talking. Heck yeah.
I'll tell you, if you really get hard up, Walmart has some triangle shaped fillets, and there's some kind of whitefish. Yeah.
You're out of luck, Lyle. You're going to have to use a rod and reel now.
Missouri Conservation Department is not run through the state. It's a separate entity of its own. Plus, they're hard. So them guys are going to be working. And I got checked, what was it, Sunday? I got checked by the guy that checked me here a couple of weeks ago. He said, I don't remember your name, but I remembered your truck. He said, I just want to come over and see how you done today. And I said, well, I caught a few. And he said, well, how many you got? And I said, well, there's so many that I've already cleaned. And then there's this many in a basket. And he said, it looks like 15 to me. I said, that sounds right. And he never counted them. And he checked the lady that was standing there. But people, there's 2 or 3 people come over. They see you clean fish. They want to know how you done and this and that. And of course, I always tell them. So where'd you catch him? I said, right here in the corner of the mouth. But yeah, Gordon's fillets. That's it. Them things on a bun with mustard is pretty damn tasty. Pretty damn tasty. I like them a lot. But they're not as good as crappie, and they're not as good as catfish.
Or bluegill.
They're not as good as bluegill. I done some bluegill the other day and fried them whole, and I scored them. And man, oh man, they was good.
Sound good. Sound really good.
I have to tell you something, Mark, that this doesn't pertain to fishing. Imagine that. I went out, and for some reason, I looked down at my little trailer that I pull stuff around on, and the tongue of this trailer has got rust holes in it. The tongue of it is a single 2x2 piece that's bent, comes up like this, and goes to your hitch. It's got holes rusted in it. I'd never seen one do that before. With that being said, I called my son. He works for a trailer place, and I got to take it over and drop it off. He's going to put a new tongue on it. While I was looking at it, I looked underneath of it, and the only thing that mounts to is angle iron on the front of the trailer and a piece of angle iron for support underneath of it. That's all it's done, and then one of them's bent. I never thought a lawnmower trailer would be so much pain in the ass, but I haven't done anything to that damn thing in years and years and years. But I'm going to take it over to Marky, and he's going to take it down there. And the guy where he works for said they'd hook me up and fix me up. I got to do that because I got a job for Heather coming up, I'm pretty sure, and I want to make sure I don't have any trouble with it.
I got to say something.
Well, I'll pack the wheel bearings.
Yeah, there you go. Creel says they're always biting in the freezer section, and I thought of Troy right away. And look what he comments here. He says, Creel, DoorDash 2.
Yep.
Any panfish is good eating.
That's I'd almost agree. Depending on what you consider panfish. But yeah, there's very few of them that's not any good. Even a bass is edible. Of course, if anybody's around, I'm trying to break the line or tear it off the hook so nobody sees me catch one. But I take pictures of them, send them to these guys all the time, folks. So don't think for a minute that I hide it from them, that I catch.
He doesn't send us the bass pictures very
Yes,
often.
I do. When I catch them, they're included. But I try not. I'm not targeting them. They just sometimes just can't bite. They like jigs too. What the hell?
There's our buddy Jerry Parker. What's up, Jerry? How you doing?
Hey, Jerry. They don't do DoorDash in Louisiana. They have boudin bits. Boudin bits.
Boudin blitz.
Boudin. That's a sausage, right?
I believe it is. I actually messaged Jeremy a little while back asking where to order it from. I still got to order some. We'll get some here ordered up.
Boudin?
Some boudin sausage. Been a long time since I had. Actually, last time I had it, I was in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
How'd you get that far from home?
I used to work down there twice a year.
Oh, okay.
Go down there when I worked for Sitco. I used to go down there.
Really? I do like vegetable soup. That's some of the best you ever ate, I promise.
Oh, look at this, Lyle. It is official. Crappie Kid Baits Company has a bait dash. Only matter, hoping it spreads. Hey, you never know. You could be the next Bass Pro Shops with that one.
You never know. But the story is, and this comes from reliable sources because I lived in Springfield for a long time in that area. Johnny Moore started out, his dad owned and still does, or his family does now, a string of liquor stores called Brown Derby. And they was in every little town and tons of them in Springfield. And when Johnny got big enough to start making a living, he told his dad he wanted to put fishing lures in all the liquor stores. His dad says, man, you better go get a job. You ain't never going to make a living selling fishing lures. Well, it worked out for him. That's how he got started. That's how Bass Pro become Bass Pro. And now look at him go.
James Dockery says, till they come out with Bourbon Dash, I will pass. I did send my buddy Troy a bottle of bourbon, so you can have it shipped right to your house, James. You'd be good to go.
Sweet. I am game for that. I haven't had anything to drink in a long time, but I could use one. But it's been a long time.
I might have to have one after. Oh, no, I can't. All right, we'll talk later.
Okay. Well, I can.
Well, you can. You can have one for me, bud.
I might do that. You never know. But like I said, it's been a while.
So back to this fall weather here. I'm looking at my 10-day forecast now. Listen to this crap. 87, 89, 86, 85, 78, 69, the next whatever, 7 days, whatever I did. So,
wow. Well, I have to tell you, Mark, it's going to be 80s, 86, 87, 86, 84. It doesn't cool off to 75 till next Wednesday. And then Wednesday is 75, Thursday it's 76, and back up to 78 Friday. So, and no rain in the near future. It's going to be 90 the next 2 days. So guess what Lyle's going to be doing?
I don't know, suntanning in a G-string? What?
No. That's a sight nobody wants to see. But yeah, I'm going to be catching a few fish.
I think this message is for you too, Lyle. It says, DoorDash does bourbon. Trust me, I know.
Okay. Ernie, I don't know. No, Ernie, I still got some. It's for special occasions. You know what I mean? I know it.
It wouldn't happen to be clear and come in a jar, would it?
It does. It's very see-through. Very see-through. Very tasty. It will mess with your mind.
That it will. I've never heard anybody call it tasty. I've heard them call it good and smooth, but never tasty.
It's very smooth. Very smooth. But yeah, that's I like I say, this is my time of the year, my favorite time of the year. I love to fish this time of year, and I like fishing early mornings. You can usually catch the amount of fish you want to clean or the amount of fish that you want to catch by, say, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning if you get out early, maybe noon, depending on how the bite is. Then you got the rest of the afternoon to do whatever you want to. And I don't like to clean fish to start with, but if I keep some to eat, I don't want to be there 3 or 4 hours doing it. I want to get them knocked out in 30 minutes and load my ass up and go home.
Well, people that work all day, sometimes it's nice to get out after work and have a few hours of fishing at night. So also, depending on the fish you're chasing, the bites can be a lot better at night. Trust me on that
one. Well, it can, and I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that early mornings is very comfortable for me, and I don't have to stand out in the hot sun and do all that.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. Greg Burgess says, Mark, I had food and balls and fried catfish with white beans and rice for lunch today. Now you're talking.
Yes, sir. Jerry Parker says drainage ditches are drying up. Loaded with gizzard shad. Going to have to load up on the vacuum seal emergency for winter before they go dry. Just remember, anybody that's doing that, I'm sure Jerry already knows this, if you're vacuum sealing shad, vacuum seal the biggest ones that you can get, because the bone structure in the small ones, they'll deteriorate on you pretty quick. Hey, Jeremy, glad to see you made it in tonight.
What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Crappie Kid says crappie bite is better in the morning than in the evenings.
I seen some guys had been fishing for crappie at night, and with limited success. Now, I don't know if it was just at one time or with others. I did see a couple of guys the other day, and I told you about this, Mark, that had one of them pull around carts that you put stuff on. You and I talked about this. They loaded up 2 or 3 tackle boxes, a cooler, all their fishing gear, all their rods and reels, and they pulled that up and down this dock. It's concrete, very easy to do. They would just they was retired guys, so made it very easy to do. That's something that I'm very interested in. But I'm trying to research it and make an intelligent decision on which one I'm interested in. But right now, I'm more concerned about getting my trailer tongue fixed.
Man, I wore out one of those Walmart ones back in the day when I was bank fishing. So I wore through, a couple of wheels kind of worn out.
Now, if you're bank fishing where you got to drag them through stuff that's not concrete, I would think the ones with the balloon tires would be more adaptable, but where go through mud and sand and wet ground and grass and all that.
I had a wagon that we'd bought a long time. We won't get into why we bought it, but we bought it. It has big, oversized, like lawnmower tractor tires. And I took that thing to Powerton. It's a 1.4 mile walk exactly.
Wow.
And you know what? Once that big cart got rolling, it was great. It was fantastic. The tires, and it's gravel all the way to where you fish, and it wasn't a problem at all hauling all that gear out there. So that wasn't bad at all. So just whatever you get, make sure here. From all the years I was bank fishing, make sure you and Dockery are always battling over height, so it don't really matter. But I'm 6 foot, and my biggest. That's not what he says.
He lies.
Is the handles are too low, so you end up like hunched over, hauling them around. If you're listening at home or in chat here and you're looking to get a wagon for shore fishing, just make sure the handle, you can reach the handle without it being a problem. So
that's one of the things that the handle on one has to be where it raised up and down. It can't be fixed, because if it's fixed, I don't care if it's you or me or 6 foot or 4 foot like Dockery, it's never going to be in the right spot. it'll never be in the right spot. That's why it has to be to where it moves up and down. That way, even little guys like James or big guys like you can pull them around.
Josh says, Mark, in the overlays is a photo of Lyle and James standing next to each other.
And he's standing on a curb.
Let me take a look at that. Please hold here. Let me see.
That's not
Background.
true.
Let's see here. Overlays. Right there. Look at that. Here we go, folks. Who's taller?
He's standing on a curb.
I don't even see. I don't see any curb behind him.
There's blocks between the trucks where you pull up. He's standing on one of them. Come on, man. Yes, you was. Oh, man.
Jerry Parker says, Lyle is so short when he sneezes, his head hits the ground.
Jerry's not a whole lot taller, if any.
And look at that doctor. He says, no, I was not.
He was too. And
look at this. Ernie says you should hook the cart up to your power scooter.
I don't have one.
You don't?
No. But I can see one in my future if I can put rod holders on it. You know what I mean? How would
Josh,
you know? You wasn't there.
I heard Josh took the picture.
He did not. I've got a picture of Josh and I standing together. Now, he is quite a bit taller than I am, but hell, he's like the Jolly Green. Well, Mr. Clean is kind of more what he reminds me of.
The picture of us that I use in all the thumbnails, I'm kind of hunched over like this next to you, I gotta say.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's not 6'8" and weighs 390 pounds. Most of us are little average size guys.
Petite.
You giants, you and Chad and Josh, you're all big guys. Especially Josh. Holy crap, he's really tall.
Josh is tall.
What did he say? 6'4", 6'5", something like that?
I don't know. He's something like that.
Yes, we can, Josh. Well, Josh and I took that picture together. We was eating out at FD's in Springfield, and we took that picture. Man, what a great place to eat. If you're ever in Springfield, Missouri, and you're looking for a really good place to eat, it's not terribly expensive. It's called FD's, and it's on Campbell Street as you're going south out of town towards Nixa, and it's kind of back off the beaten path a little bit behind a filling station down there. But it's a really good place to eat. Josh can attest for that. And
what kind of food are we talking, Lyle?
All kinds. They got all kinds of stuff in there. Very reasonable, and usually fast service and good service. It's clean, nice. Everything about it is just a pretty good place to eat. But
I understand. He was in work attire in that photo. We don't want to show that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. No, I was talking about the other one. You was in like a sweatshirt or something like that. I forgot about that one, but I have that picture. It may not be in our collection on StreamYard, but I have that other image of you and I somewhere. Yeah, that one there. We didn't want to put that out. Yeah.
I just got a picture from Lance. Let me see if I can figure out how to share this up.
Lance has been really going live a lot and catching some fish. I'm really glad for him.
I've never had he sent me a picture of some salmon he cooked tonight. He deep fried it. I've never had deep fried salmon.
I have never had deep fried salmon either, but I do like salmon, so I'd be willing to try it.
I would definitely be willing to try it. Here, let me share the screen out now that I got it loaded up on the right side. I got to be careful because I'm getting up there in age like Lyle. I don't want to make a mistake like he has in the past.
Really? Come on, man. Hey, speaking of cooking, for those of you watching the show that didn't know it, Mark done a cooking show here, a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that?
Know, we did a cooking show. Here, let me show this off right here.
Well, you done all the work. I was just saying, oh, yeah. That looks pretty
Look at that. That looks pretty good, Lance.
It does look good. Anyhow, we was nominated for the Gold Whisker Award on the cooking show that Mark put all the work into. Very excited about that. He done a great job with that, and that stuff looked really, really good and tasty. And he has told me, he may not admit to it, but I bet he does, that he may like bluegill now better than crappie.
Yeah, I might, but I ain't gonna turn either
really
down.
good.
If they're on a plate, I'm eating it. I want you to read that one for me.
Nobody minds seeing you in your Twin Peaks uniform. All right. Oh yeah, but Josh is a tall guy. He really is. I know he was trying to get back in pretty good shape here a while back, and he was running a few miles every morning. I don't know if he stopped doing that or not, but that's one of the best ways to get back in shape I know of, except for me, which I can't do because my legs won't do it anymore. I can run about as far. I don't know. Maybe I might make the door. I doubt it, but I might.
Josh sent me a picture.
That's scary.
You should be scared.
I am scared. Always.
I'm not even commenting on that one.
Oh, come on. Now, you don't even know if that's the right place or not. Oh, my God.
What are you talking about, Lyle? You lost me.
The picture that I got sent
Oh,
about no curb, but they don't even know if that's the right place.
oh, he just sent it to me on Messenger. Hold on.
Oh, I don't
Lyle,
need to see. That's an image I never want to see again.
Here we go.
Oh my
Here's
God.
Lyle and Josh together.
Oh, that's just disgusting.
Oh, that is so wrong, Josh. Wrong.
He does that because he knows I don't know how to do that to get even with.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. Oh, and if I had the time to do it, I'd be fishing instead of screwing with that stuff. You just need to work out bull butter. I don't know the working out I'm going to do.
That picture messed up my flow today. I can't even talk after that one. As the chat goes quiet. What have we just seen? Back to here. Heather says you just need to work out, Lyle. I think that's there you go.
No working out. I'm done working out. I work out walking back and forth to the boat or to the dock or cleaning fish. I work my arms cleaning fish. I don't like cleaning fish, but I don't like throwing them all back. Every once in a while you got to cook some up, you know.
I'm not a big fan either, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So,
yeah. We stop. Sending her go fishing. We used to stop and we'd eat fish on the way home from fish strip. I never kept fish probably 15 years or maybe longer. I didn't want to clean them. But they're so much better than the ones you get when you stop and eat them. And even in real restaurants, not just McDonald's, even in real restaurants, they're not as good as what you can make it on. I don't care what anybody says. I know there's great restaurants and great people that cook them up and they're good to eat, but they are not the same as what you
fresh
can cook
caught
at
stuff.
home. And I have been practicing, Mark. Oh my God. It just keeps getting worse.
Is he sending more?
Oh yeah. But I've been working on building my own fish bag with cornmeal and yeah, that's something, man. Now see who's taller. Come on.
Who's taller, folks, in that picture?
But I've been making my own fish breading, and I've been trying cayenne pepper mixtures, and I've been trying Slap Your Mama, which I'm not impressed with that stuff. I know a lot of people think that's the greatest thing since toilet paper. I'm not impressed with it, and I didn't like it in my breading. But I've been trying. I'll send you some next batch. I'll pull some out and send it to you, Mark,
All right.
and let you try it and see what you think. Betty sent me her recipe here a while back, and I got to thinking, why do it that way if I can just make it all? My God, it's a whole lot cheaper if you make it.
Yeah.
I got one batch that I made that is really good, and I'll just tell everybody what it is. I used some allspice in it, and some cayenne pepper, and flour, and uh, cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, and I just kept adding the cayenne pepper till I got it like I wanted. It's really, really close to Andy's. It's not Andy's, and not even saying that it's like it, but you'd be surprised how much it tastes like Andy's. And getting the amount of spice in it that you want regulated takes a couple of times at it, but I've got it down now where it's just pretty good. My
Hey,
phone's going crazy.
as long as you like, it's Josh sending stuff, I'll bet. Aaron says fall fishing is
Oh my
I
God,
agree,
God,
Aaron.
you're killing me. You got to stop, dude. You got to stop. You're addicted to that AI or IA or whatever the hell it is.
All right, enough sharing Josh's picture.
Oh,
You
there,
said
Run's made it in. Yeah, he's keeping me all stirred up.
Here's a comment from Greg Burgess. It says, Mark, if I chase the wife around the table, I have to sit down and take a deep breath after 53 years. I am still chasing. That's all that counts.
That's right.
100%.
Okay, Josh. One thing about Josh, he keeps things interesting.
Keeps you on your toes, that's for sure.
I think I told you, Mark, this is something I want to mention. I've been keeping score of where I fish, how many fish I catch each day, what kind of fish I keep. They're keeping a log, and I'm actually using a catfish log book that I got from Sumo, Catfish Sumo. And I have changed some of the headings on the pages and stuff to adapt it to where it covers all kinds of fish. And I'm going to be trying to revise that and make a deal of my own, because that'll run out before one of these days. But anyhow, this month, over 700 crappie alone that I caught this month. I can give you the exact number if you want, but it's like 706.
Oh, very nice, man. That you put that cast net to work, didn't you, Lyle?
No, no, I haven't thrown a cast net this month, but
Okay.
I did talk to a gentleman the other day while I was cleaning fish. He come up there. He actually was at the fish cleaning station, and he was fishing from there because everybody that cleans fish there, they throw their stuff out in the water when they're done. Well, there's tons of bluegill in there, but he's going after the catfish that come up there and make
Well, are you
themselves home.
you gonna do that and get you some catfish for the freezer or what?
No, I'm going to take the boat out and get my catfish.
Okay.
But him and I got to talking, and he was telling me, he said it hadn't been very long ago. He was fishing this lake, and he got a 40-pound blue and a 30-pound flathead, or vice versa, one night that he's fishing up there. And evidently, the guy that checked me the other day, which he is a very nice officer. I'm impressed with him. I've met him twice. He checked me both times. Straight to the point, very, very easy to deal with, to get along with. He's a super nice guy, got a job to do, and I appreciate that. Of course, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I don't have to worry about it. But evidently, he checked this guy and caught him using crappie for bait, which was illegal. It made him throw back his fish and give him a ticket. It cost him $200 for using crappie for bait. I thought that was cheap. Now, maybe it's not, but that's what the guy told me. And he may have been filling me a line of crap. I don't have any idea. But he wasn't smiling when he was talking about it. So.
Well, I told you that one buddy of mine who got caught with like 6 baby crappie in his bucket from throwing a cast net for shad here at the dam. They fined him like $185 per
Yes.
crappie.
Yeah, I know
Per
a guy.
crappie.
I know a guy years ago that got caught with frogs. There's a season on frogs, and he went out a couple of weeks early and got him a bunch of frogs, and somebody turned him in because they knew he was doing it. It wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. But it was in those days. Now we're talking 30 years ago or more. It was $25 a leg.
Oh my
And
goodness.
he had a bunch of them. So a lot of things like turkey in the state of Missouri, I don't know if it still is or not. It used to be when they catch you with one illegally, it used to be so much an ounce. So that adds up quick. It just,
Quick.
how bad do you want that stuff? You know what I mean? I know Tim got caught with them frogs. It cost him a bunch of money.
Oh man. Frog legs are good. I ain't had them in ages though.
You cook them yourself?
Oh no, I've had them cooked for me. I've never cooked them myself, so
they'll jump around the skillet a little bit.
Oh yeah, that I know. That I know they'll do.
Yeah.
I was there when they cooked them, and yeah, I got to witness that. It was pretty cool to see.
We cooked them on the bank of the Salt River before. Yeah, they'll jump around. So you going fishing this week?
I'm either going to go. I have a doctor's appointment I need to go to tomorrow, and then I'm either going to go on Friday or Monday, one or the other. So we'll see. Like I said, it's a new lake, so we're going to try it. I imagine the bluegills are going to be on the weed line, so we'll get a drop shot out there and some night crawler. See if we can't get some for the deep fryer. So I'm looking forward to that. All you can do is try. It's 45 minutes away from the house, which is pretty close. So I'd be silly if I didn't. A lot of people tell me I need.
Thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to somebody to put something like that up there. Thank you very much, buddy. You mean the world to us. One thing that I want to mention to everybody right now, if you're bluegill fishing, there's millions of grasshoppers like this. Get you a bucket full of them, throw them on a hook, throw them out there with no weight on them, and watch the bluegill slap them babies on top of that water. It's an exciting way to catch fish. If you're not doing that or you've never done it, you're missing out on some great action to catch fish with, because bluegill love grasshoppers, and them grasshoppers are great bait for bluegill. And you'll probably get some bigger ones.
Lyle, I think we should end the show on this comment. You want to read this for me?
Not really. I'm still laughing over the cast nest comment from Mark. Congratulations on the fish. You're very welcome, JG. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you very much. Thanks, everybody, for watching Panfish Nation. We've had a great time tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back next Wednesday night. We'll be talking about some different stuff next week. I have some ideas that are coming up, and maybe I'll bring Leslie's baits in and show you guys. I think you'll be impressed.
There you go. And don't forget to check out Heath's video. If you scroll up through the chat, you'll be able to see the link that Josh posted. Go do him a favor and go check that out. Absolutely. Everybody, get out there and fish. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Bye.